Hey, what's going on, you guys? Josh back with another video for the Tech Budge Group. I hope you guys are having a great day so far. And today I want to walk you through my watch list for Monday, right? So, I have a couple watch lists that I usually set up for different strategies. And for this specific video, we're going to talk about my breakout and breakdown strategy. So, whenever it comes to stocks that are nearing a breakout or nearing a potential breakdown, I want to go ahead and add those stocks to my watch list if I see value in them. So, we're going to jump right into this. We're going to talk about 6 stocks or so that I have on my breakout or breakdown watch list, and I'll talk about what I see value, what interested me, and then what I'm looking for to happen on Monday. So with that being said, we're gonna jump right in. Right now we're looking at the SPY, and I usually try to check the SPY as often as possible to get a better idea of what's been going on. As you see, we've been on a massive uptrend, just consistently breaking new highs, making new highs. So I'm liking this so far. I'm liking this this market that we're in. So with that being said, especially for the bullish stocks, there's definitely a lot of potential to make great profits. So with that being said, we're going to jump into the first stock on my watch list, and this is actually my main watch for Monday or tomorrow, and that's going to be Pran, right? Now Pran, it's kind of a former runner. It has some pretty big days here. We went from 450 up to about 670. So we can make some we definitely can make some moves on Pran. Now with that being said, we've had kind of a downtrend these past couple months here where we've kind of fallen off and faded. However, we've started to kind of flatline at around the $2 area. So we've been chopped around this $2 area, just above it. We'd come down and test it a couple times, as you see here. So if I were to draw a line here through that $2 area, you can see that we've kind of hit that floor and kind of flatlined at that area. So with that being said, I like the look of that, and whenever we've been flatlining for a long time in this kind of area, I consider that like the bottom, right? That's where our overextension starts to happen. Now we've kind of perked up here. We came down. We've had some choppiness and some consolidation for the past couple of months, and then we started to perk up. Right, volumes came in. We've perked up a couple dimes and nickels here, and now I'm kind of interested in the play. So if you draw a line through here, let me see if I can actually show you. At the 350 area, we have a resistance, right? So we have some pretty nice resistance at 350. All the other times that it's ran, right? So back here, and here also, we've kind of topped out in that 350 area. Now what that does for me is that gives me an area to base my breakout on. And since it's a $half number as well, that's another indicator that I can add to it, right? That's another magnet that I can add to that list as to why this breakout could be potentially very powerful on Monday. Now, looking at the intraday chart here, I need to find a way or find some kind of indicator that lets me know that we have the potential to break out, as opposed to just looking at a chart that's up, right? Just because the chart is up on the daily chart doesn't mean that we can break out, because if you look here, and here, we've broken past it before, but we've always reclaimed this 350 area, right? So I need a way to confirm that we can actually get this breakout, and when we do get this breakout, it's a significant one. So coming down to the 5-minute chart here, we see that we had this move on Thursday, came down, tested 350 again, and then we closed. The next day, we chopped around and consolidated near our highs at around that 350 breakout level, and that's what I want to see, right? So if you were to draw a line through these lows here, you would see that we're on an ascending triangle, right, type pattern here, where we're going up, setting higher lows, setting higher lows, setting higher lows, approaching this breakout area, which is also Thursday's high, which is also Friday's high. So when we break this high here, everybody who's looking at this stock, it doesn't matter what time frame you look at it. I mean, you can look at the 10-minute time frame, right? You see that it's a 350 high. You can look at a 2-minute. You can see that 350 high. We can zoom back here to the previous day. You can see a 350 high, 350 high. So on every single time frame, everybody's going to be seeing this 350 high as the potential breakout area. So with that being said, me being able to identify that 350 level as a potential breakout point is going to be key. And if we can get maybe a small dip in the morning, for me to take an entry, so I can kind of have a better risk level, which will probably be down to the 315 area, then I'm gonna go ahead and do that and anticipate that 350 break. So that's my plan for this one. I'm really looking forward to it, and we're gonna see what Monday has to bring us. Now, the next stock on our watch list is yen. Now, yen, again, we've had this fall off for the past couple months here, and we've kind of started a flat line at around 10. So like on the other stock, these flat line areas are ones that I definitely take notice of. So I'll just draw a line here through the $10 area, and you see this flat line consolidation, and we've kind of created some support here. Now what that shows me is that we have a potential for another leg up, which we got, right? So we popped up here for the past couple days, came down, we consolidated, and that consolidation again confirms that we have potential for another leg up. Again, we got that, right? We started to move again, jump from around 11 all the way up to around 15 before we topped out. So we pull back and we consolidate. Now what I'm looking for, we could use 1450 as our breakout level because that is a $half number. So if I draw a line through here, let me see if I can get this for you guys. Draw a horizontal line through here, 1450 top, top, top. We've kind of consolidated on this day here. Then we had a nice pullback here. People probably taking profits because 1450 wasn't breaking, so a lot of people probably dumped shares on this day, and then we kind of reclaimed. We jumped right back up to the high at 1450s, and now we're kind of banging against that ceiling, anticipating that breakout past 1450. So if we get that break of 1450, it's kind of weird because $15 is right overhead, and I don't want to get snuffed out at 15. So what I would like to see is maybe a further pullback down to maybe $14, that whole dollar number. And then I can get an entry on that dip down to $14 where we had some upper consolidation here before we took another leg down. But that whole dollar number is probably going to be where I want to risk to. However, I need to identify, or I need to be sure that we have that potential to really pop here, because if you look here, when we had this bounce, we bounced at 15 and then we came back down. So even though we are kind of banging against the ceiling at 1450, I really also want to keep account of that $15 area just in case that acts as the new resistance that we have to struggle through. So I'm keeping an eye on this one, but I'd love to see a dip in the morning so I can get a better average as opposed to trying to buy at the 1450 area. However, since we do have some great consolidation at that 1450 area, I might actually, settle for maybe like a 1430 entry at the bottom of this channel here, where we've kind of consolidated these past couple days, and settle for a 1430 entry, risk down to $14, the whole dollar number. So risk 40 cents for potential to make upwards of 50 to a dollar if we really get popping on Monday. So that's why I have you on my watch list. Now, next is Taco. Taco's a good stock. We've kind of fallen off here. We had a big parabolic move downward. So if you look, we actually have some, consolidation and support in the 1250 area. Draw a line here for you guys. So if you look, we've come up, we gapped up from 1450, from 1250. We had a nice run, chopped up, came around here, came back down. We broke under 1250 briefly here, but a couple of days later we reclaimed it, and then we support, and then we bounced, right? We had a nice run, and then we came down, and all of a sudden we gapped down out of nowhere, right? So massive gap down. There was no bounce that day, right? Which you see here, and we just fell, right? We completely fell apart. However, what I did notice was that $12 down here held as our support, right? Which is a good sign. So what I'm looking for on Monday, is for 12 to hold as support still. Maybe we get another washout. Maybe we get a small dip down here. But I'm looking for 12 to hold as kind of my overall long picture support. And then maybe get an entry at 1250 because you see here we had some consolidation at 1250 area as well as it was resistance. And then later on in the day, it became a new support for what it looks like. So I want to be able to get in at 1250 maybe get in between 1250 and 12 if you get a small dip in the morning, and then risk my position off at 12. So it's a pretty tight risk considering that we have maybe $1, $2 of upside. So I'm really comfortable with this risk reward ratio here because I think that if we continue this uptrend that we have here, we'll have the potential to really touch 315 or 350, maybe even $14. So that's why I like having this one on my watch list, and that's what I'm looking to see on Monday. Next is ETM. I'm gonna jump into this one real quick. ETM, we've had this big fall off for the past couple months. We've kind of chopped around and flatlined in this $10 area, over under, and it was kind of indecisive. So on this consolidation area, I wouldn't have played it. However, we gap up out of nowhere, right? We hold our gains. We end up running up to 1250, and then we come down. Now, for this situation, I'm not looking for a breakout. I'm looking for a breakdown. And, seeing how we get this increase in volume on this day, and we're kind of banging against this floor at $11 here, I'm really looking to see if 11 is going to snap on Monday. And if it does snap, then that'll give me the potential to really take advantage of that profit potential there. So we have about 1120 as the high here. I might be able to use that as a risk. It's not that heavy of a risk, so I was looking at maybe 1150 as a better idea, since this is a $half number. So maybe we can get a pop on Monday, and then I can short near that 1150 area and use that as my guide and hope for a break past 11. If not, then what I'm going to do is I'm going to let 11 break. I'm going to let us fall a little bit and then come back up and test that $11 area and see if it holds as resistance. So this stock's a little bit tricky because, resistance, and then we have support in that same area. So once you break 11, I want to see 11 act as new resistance. after that breakdown, and that'll give me a better risk area as opposed to finding a random half or whole dollar number to risk off of. So again, Monday open, I'm looking for 11 to break, right? So I can watch it to see if it creates resistance at 11, and if it does, then I can short at 11, and just risk this thing down however far it falls. So that's my plan for ETM. Now CUI, jump into this one again. We've been falling off. However, this is a little bit different, right? Because before it was a breakout, now it's kind of like a breakdown, but I'm looking for that trend reversal. So if you look at around 315, 320-ish, we have some resistance up here. So draw a line. We popped in the morning here. We couldn't break past looks like 315, 317-ish. And then we came back down, right? And we popped up again, been grinding up towards that area. And in all honesty, I want to risk my entry off of 320, right? Because it's kind of that whole number. If you kind of, I guess, zoom in a little bit, instead of looking at, $3, $3.50, $4, the range on these days aren't that significant, right? We're not having, $2 days or $3 days on our range. Instead, our range are a couple dimes and nickels a day. So I got to really bring my price action down and focus on these, $3, $3.10, $3.20, $3.30, $3.40, as opposed to $3, $3.50, $4. So with that being said, I'm looking at, 320 as our breakout level. Now, this isn't a long-term daily chart breakout. However, if you look, we do have some consolidation and support in that 320 area if you look at that line there. So once we break 320, I want to use that as a breakout potential area and go long, risking down to maybe 310, risk a dime for the potential to make 30, 40 cents of profit, since we are kind of changing trend here. So again, looking for that 320 break, and I'll risk down to 310 for a potential move up to 330, 340, 350. Last one on our list is IMDZ, right? And IMDZ is a little tricky because we've been on this nice uptrend for the past couple months, higher lows, higher lows, higher lows, and then they pulled the plug, right? Somebody pulled the rug out from under the stock, and we dropped from 10 down to 5 in a matter of 1, 2, 3, in a matter of 4 days, right? We absolutely plummeted. So with that being said, I'm not really looking to watch this break down any further. I don't think it's going to break 5 because we have some. I draw a line here. Let's see if I can get down and draw a line for you guys. You can see this. We have some massive support at that $5 whole dollar number. So support and consolidation, right? We've kind of banged against this floor for the past couple months, held some support again, and then we just took off and we just ran straight up. So since we had this big parabolic move downwards, right, faster price action or bigger price action than we've seen in the past couple months here, I am anticipating a bounce at 5, right? So right now we're at around 520, 525, and what I want to see is 5 hold that support. So what I might do on Monday is jump in right at the open, right? 525, maybe 520, because we are so close to that support area at $5 that I don't think we're going to get a washout down to 5 exactly. And even if we do, it's not going to be far off from my entry if we jump in at 520. So I might just jump in straight away in the morning, risk down to maybe 490, just below that whole dollar number of 5, just to give myself some wiggle room, because in the morning we can get pretty volatile here. So market opens, jump in at around 520, 530, maybe max, because I don't want to get too far away from this support area, and then risk off of 5 as my guide, and then use 490 as my oh shit handle risk, right? So that looks like a good chart. Again, parabolic move, increased volume. We have a clear support here that's been holding for the past couple months and the whole year basically. And so I have a pretty good plan as to how I want to play this. So those are my 6 stocks for the breakout breakdown watch list. This is really a trend reversal because I'm not shorting this. However, I wanted to add it to my watch list because if we do break 5 and we continue to fall, then I can transition into a short, risking off that support as 5, since I would anticipate it to hold as new resistance. But with that being said, I hope that helped you guys out. I hope that gave you all some ideas. You see the charts, you see the price action, you see my hypothesis on these stocks. So draw your own conclusion. The stock market is very subjective. So if you drop a hypothesis, see if it works. If it does, great. If not, then you can adjust and you can find out why. So with that being said, thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any questions, go ahead and leave some comments below. You can go ahead and message me on the Facebook page or on the Discord chat for TechBud Solutions. So I'm gonna let you guys go. Hope you guys have a great day, and I'll see you on the next video. Peace.